Hi, Lauren. It's Matt. Again, enjoyed reading. Looks like this piece. I know you've been waiting to do the characterization for a while, and you finally got to show off your literary your writing chops on this one. And I really think you knew this was a strength of yours, and I concur with that. Firstly, I want to uh, commend you for mimicking a lot of the advice that was included in the Lauren Kessler article that Professor Massey handed out to us. The art is in the details. Anyway, I have to print these things out so I can mark on them. Anyway, it was in Writer's Digest. It's called The Art is in the Details. It concerns nonfiction technique. And I just wanted, I know you've probably read this, but again, I just wanted to commend you for basically mimicking a lot of the advice that she gave. You know, some of the things that you did that she mentioned. The art of revealing character through detail. What is detail? Her subhead says gestures, habits, manners, mannerisms, style, and behavior of the character, quote unquote. So you looked for all those things when you described little Amisha and her adoption procedure, basically coming home, and you narrowed it in. You you zeroed in on it, but at the same time you gave us a large time frame, and so it made it seem like it wasn't very long, but in fact you gave us a large portion of her life. So that was really cool that you did that. Um, I felt like you mimicked her method of using what she calls quote unquote anthropologists spend considerable research time observing people as they live, attempting to understand a culture not by asking questions about it, but by noticing and recording its particulars, its daily rituals and customs. And I thought you did that really well too. You talk about, you even give like a little quote. When she fell and scraped her leg badly, she speaks, "I'm fine," in an irritated way, but we know she isn't always. So you always show her vulnerability. At the same time, you show her improving. You show her as a multifaceted person. So that was really nice. We're starting to get to know this girl. We're starting to feel for her just like we would in a fictional novel or a movie. So you're doing all the great things that this narrative journalism techniques wants you to do. Additionally, um, you're not going to be able to get everything from her, and I think you're trying to glean what you can. I think you're doing a good job of this. Kessler says if you find yourself only a tenth of what you observed, you're probably on the right track. So you're able, because you have such an intimate confidence with this young girl, you're able to uh, pick out the details that are important. And so you have this great access, like we talked about in J613, that other people don't have, and you're utilizing that well. So an example of that, you said, if she didn't want to do something, she would shut down. No speaking, no communicating, no negotiating, and no fussing. So I thought that was good. Additionally, maybe some advice for you is you might want to use some more anecdotes. Um, Professor Massey talks about in his article in Writer's Digest about nothing is more valuable to a writer than anecdotes. So I think you do have a few anecdotes in there, like maybe with a dog. Maybe you could sort of expound on that, or just develop your anecdotes a little better with that. Kind of like a story that we would retell. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is maybe to look at the archetype sections, the archetype and the article, which you can learn from Parables, Fables, and Fairy Tales by Plath. Um, this girl could be kind of the ugly duckling and Frog Prince parable. Um, literary example of Alice Walker, The Color Purple, low self-esteem to a literate businesswoman who grows to appreciate her own special beauty. So that could be an example that you could use to um, parallel and possibly use the same technique with this young girl's life. But really just excellent. And so, yeah, you did this. I feel like this was probably the strongest thing you've done so far. So good job. Thank you. Have a good spring break.